Chair recognizes Mr. Stanton.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Thank you to each of our panelists for your bravery and dedication, service to our country, and in evacuating American citizens and our Afghan allies in incredibly dangerous circumstances. Your work and the work of thousands of combat veterans saved many, many lives, and this body owes you a huge debt of gratitude. But for tens of thousands of our Afghan allies who we brought to the United States, their arrival was also the start of a nearly 2-year-long bureaucratic purgatory, one that has left them without permanent legal status. I want to draw this committee's attention to one particular vulnerable group. In the weeks before Kabul fell, my team and I helped to evacuate women who served in the Afghan National Army's female tactical platoon. These FTPs, as they're called, were combat soldiers who were recruited, rigorously vetted, and trained by elite U.S. strike forces. These courageous, amazing women risked their lives by going where male soldiers couldn't in a majority Muslim country, searching and questioning women and children in pursuit of Taliban targets. The platoon conducted 2,000 missions, including high-risk and highly classified missions alongside Green Berets, Navy SEALs, and Army Rangers. Their work to support the American mission and their gender makes them and their families a top target for the Taliban. Yet the women from this unit who are now here in the United States, only one has been granted asylum. They have been kept in legal limbo for well past the allotted 180-day deadline, some for nearly a year. These women have done their part, submitted their applications, gone through interviews. Now they are just waiting without information that they are owed. I am deeply frustrated by how uncertain their futures still are. They served side by side with our soldiers. These women put their lives and their family lives on the line to assist the United States. Is this how we repay our allies? In August, tens of thousands of evacuees, including FTPs, will have been here for nearly 2 years and will lose their parole status. It is a moral failing that despite broad and bipartisan support, Congress cannot come together to pass the Afghan Adjustment Act to fix this and give these FTPs and thousands of others certainty and stability. Ms. Mackler, in your testimony, you touched upon the importance of passing the Afghan Adjustment Act. You also mentioned the work your colleagues are doing with FTPs here in the United States. If Congress does not pass the Afghan Adjustment Act and does not provide legal residence pathways to FTPs and other evacuees, what could happen to your clients and evacuees like them?
Thank you for the question, Congressman. One of the FTP commanders works with me at IARC, working on helping Afghans resettle in New York State, and is one of the ones who is still in legal limbo. So first of all, just to be clear, the AAA, the Afghan Adjustment Act, would actually extend the SIV protections to FTPs. So that's number one. If they don't, same for them as for any other Afghans who are here currently on parole status. If there is no extension of that parole and no other solutions come up, then they will be subject to deportation proceedings. They will be here without status, meaning that they will be at risk of immigration enforcement. Many of them have applied for asylum. I can't say for certainty if all of them have, but many of them have because of the vetting requirements. Many asylum applications are being held up long past the 180 days. We're seeing a lot of Afghans being interviewed. Not very many are actually getting adjudications of their asylum claims. So simply put, they'll be at risk of deportation. Deportation to where is a question, but nonetheless, their lives here are not able to begin until this.
That's an unacceptable solution or situation for any of us. With that, I'll yield the remainder of my time to our leader on the Afghan Adjustment Act in our caucus, Representative Crow.
Thank you, Mr. Stanton. In a little bit of time that I have, I'll have some time to address other issues here momentarily, but I just want to send a message to my fellow veterans and to those who might be listening. Never confuse your individual service with policy decisions that are made in Washington, D.C. Each of you stood up, you raised your right hand, you did your job, and it was right, it was honorable, it remains right and honorable. And this country owes you a great debt of gratitude for that service. And you should be proud, because I am proud of you. And so many people are proud of you. Policy decisions will be made here. Mistakes will happen. We will debate that. We will have those discussions. But do not confuse those with that right and honorable service that all of our fellow veterans share. Thank you. I yield back.
Well stated. I yield back.
Gentleman yields. Chair recognizes Mr. Moran.